So UFC 328 is only a couple hours away, and I am very much looking forward to spending my Sunday watching this card. There's a lot of fun matchups on here. Joshua Van Tatsuro. That's a really fun matchup. I'm extremely looking forward to seeing how that one goes. Volkov, Waldo Cortez Acosta. That's a fun matchup. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley. That's a banger. King Green, Jeremy Stevens, the Unks. They're gonna put in a show. Atiba Gutierrez on the card. Joe Alvarez, Yaroslav Amosov. I am extremely looking forward to this fight. Honestly, probably the fight I'm looking forward to seeing most. Grant Dawson, Matez Rebecki, Jim Miller, Jared Gordon, another pair of Unks. That's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited to watch this fight, or this card, but I can't say I'm feeling very hyped up for this card. And I think the reason for that is there's kind of this full blown conclusion that Khamzat Chimaev is gonna run through Sean Strickland. And many people believe that Sean won't be able to stop the wrestling. He might get submitted within the first, second, or third. And I have something to say about that. I don't think this is gonna go how people think it is gonna go. Okay. I am After watching the press conference, I'm fully convinced that Sean Strickland is gonna win this fight. Okay. Um, First of all, let's talk about Chimaev missing weight. Okay. We all saw that. UFC, you know, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but we all saw what happened. And it's not so much that he missed weight that concerned me, it's how much weight he had to cut. Okay. The dude is cutting 40 to 50 pounds or something crazy like that, which tells me that he's gone kind of comfortable. Okay. So watching the press conference, I don't know if it's just me, but guy was talking, he was talking about money. I'm rich, you're poor, this and that. And for me, that's always a concern. Okay. When a fighter is moving towards that type of mindset where their motivation is, you know, financial. I mean, fighters, obviously, we know, the prize fighters, the fight for money, but it's a little bit different when a fighter is fighting for something that's much bigger than just, the money that they're making. And that really did concern me. That paired with how much weight the dude has put on. Okay, he's comfortable. Um, the fact that he doesn't fight that much anymore should tell you something. Also, in terms of his energy, he seemed very emotional to me. Okay, he brought that same energy he brought when he fought Gilbert Burns. So that's a very reactive Chimaev, a very emotional Chimaev, and I don't think that's the best way to fight Sean Strickland. I don't think that's the best approach. Um, a dangerous Chimaev is the one that fought Robert Whitaker. Okay, he was very dialed in, um, very calm, right? Like obviously we know Chimaev. He's a bit of a madman. He's a little bit of a crazy man, but that version that's focused, even against Dricus, is very surgical. It's not gonna get very wild. And when it's coming in emotional and reactive against Sean Strickland, plus pair that with the massive weight cut that he just did, the dude was looking quite drained. I'm getting I'm getting Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz one vibes. That's what I'm getting. Okay. I'm getting Amanda Nunes versus um, Juliana Pena one vibes. Okay. So an emotional Chimaev fights with force. Okay, and a fighter that fights with force, the worst thing you can put in front of him is somebody that is resilient and stubborn. Okay, and that's Sean Strickland. Okay, so if he doesn't finish him quickly, honestly, I see Sean Strickland finishing him within the fourth round or so. Right? Think of that weight cut. I truly believe he might gas out and he might wither away. I really do have that image of Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz the first time, right? Or the Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena fight. These guys like Strickland that just that are stubborn plus have great endurance. They're a nightmare matchup for these high motor type fights, high motor type fighters like Chimaev that are just used to getting their way. The fight with force and the type of energy that is bringing. I don't think he's gonna be able to. I think Strickland is good enough to get up in the first couple of rounds, and as time goes on, the takedowns are gonna get a lot more obvious from Chimaev, right? And on top of that, in Strickland's last fight, you could tell he was a lot more confident throwing his right hand, right? Now let's go back to the Conor McGregor fight versus Nate Diaz, the first one. Those 1-2s down the pipe, okay? He just he was just spamming those 1-2s. Think of the Nunes versus Juliana Pena fight. 1-2s straight through the pipe, okay? Now Strickland, we know he's got a great jab, but in the fluffy fight we saw now he has confidence throwing that cross. And I really do think he's gonna piece Chimaev up. Okay. He's going to piece him up. Now he's definitely gonna get taken down in the first round. Right? He's gonna get controlled. But when Chimaev fails to finish him, I think it's just gonna be downhill from there. And I was also getting the vibe that Chimaev is kind of looking past Strickland. The guy is talking about moving up to 205. For me, that's never a great sign when a fighter's looking past his opponent, especially the type of fighter like Sean Strickland. You know, you never want to look past that type of fighter. And pair that up with the fact that Chimaev has never lost before, I really do think this is gonna be. I think this is gonna be a tough one for him. You know, he's not focused. He is, you know, he's comfortable. He's really, yeah, he's really getting that Conor McGregor mindset. You know, he just, yeah, he kept talking about money at the press conference, and I'm all for fighters making money, but when you start to identify with that, it tells me he's not. His motivation is not coming from the same place that it was coming from when he first came into the scene, and that's never a good sign. That's never a good sign. I think he's in for a rude awakening. I think he's not fully dialed in on this fight. I think he's underestimating Strickland a little bit, and yeah, I think he's gonna be catching some hands. I can truly see a finish within the third, fourth round. Probably say fourth. either TKO. Um, I would not be surprised at all if Strickland locks in a rear naked choke. Right, we've not seen that before from him, but well, I haven't seen that from him in the UFC. But I would not be surprised if he gets his first submission, and there would be a rematch at the end of the year or at the beginning of next year. And that's when Chimaev is gonna get Strickland. He'll be a little bit more focused. He'll take him more seriously. He's gonna keep his weight down. This is gonna be a humbling match for him. I truly believe that. Well, let me know what your thoughts are on that. Let me know who you got, and yeah, leave a comment below, like, subscribe. I will see you in the next one.